Now let's say that you want an extremely portable SSD with lots of storage space that you can bring with you on the go. And let's also say that you want something that you can bring with you and use on your iPhone or iPad. Now, what would you do if I told you that you can have all of this and still be at a cheap price? Well, here is the PNY Elite SSD, and it's really small. But should you spend your money on it? What are some of its faults and benefits? That's what we'll be investigating in this video today, and hopefully I can shed some light on whether you should buy one or not. Hi, welcome to the TC. My name's David, and today we're going to be taking a look at this, the PNY Elite Portable SSD. Should you buy one? Let's first start with the design. First off, it's small. Like really small. Here's a comparison to it next to my Apple Watch Series 4 for reference, and you can see how the Apple Watch is actually wider than it. The build comes in a nice aluminum, color match to the space gray on the MacBook, I'd argue. The ends are plastic, however, giving me doubts on the longevity of this SSD case. There's also a small LED light indicator next to the port that is USB micro B 10 pin, which brings an argument against it later in the review. You also get the cord to connect it, which is micro B, but with a standard USB at the end of it. Now let's discuss usability. I'm not one for benchmarks since it's meant to be used, but in the case that you're interested, I ran the Blackmagic benchmark for this SSD. The results start strong at around almost 400 megabytes per second, read and write, but over time begin to dwindle. I suspect that this is because of the cache filling up on the SSD, limiting the amount that the drive can actually read and write over time as it gets stressed. But like I said, synthetic benchmarks only tell one story. So to test this, I fired up Premiere Pro 2020 and exported a 1-minute video in 1080p 30 FPS to the SSD. We can see that it takes about 20 seconds to do so, not too bad, but let's compare this to the internal SSD in my MacBook Pro. Comparing this to the internal SSD, it takes about 11 seconds to export the same clip. This might not seem like a huge difference, but consider multiplying this by how many minutes your clip may be. For example, if the clip was 30 minutes, we can assume it would take about 5.5 minutes on the internal SSD versus about 20 minutes using the PNY Elite. I'd say that it's still quicker than using something like a hard drive, but it's still not the champ. Just to show you guys, if you do plan on using this SSD with your iPad or iPhone, you are going to have to purchase one of these. It's a Lightning to USB 3 adapter. You can usually find them online for pretty cheap, like maybe $10, $15. But that is something to keep in mind if you do want to use it with your iPad or iPhone. Also, if you do have the newer iPad Pros, they have the USB-C connector, so if you have something like the USB-C dock for a Mac, you can just go ahead and use that to power up the SSD to your iPad. So the final question, should you get one? Well, this is kind of a toughie when considering that it's a little old now. When this SSD came out in 2016, it was priced at over $200, though with its age, you can actually find them much lower. Mine was only $35 at Walmart, but some are finding them for only $15. I think at a price like that, it's a no-brainer. You can use these for photos, videos, or even your PlayStation or Xbox, whatever you need storage for. If you see it for over $50, I don't think you should get it, however, simply for performance issues down the line. If you are considering picking this up, maybe invest in a longer cord for it, since the cord is pretty small. But other than that, it's pretty good, and I think that if you do get it for that low price, that it is totally worth it. Overall, I think it's a pretty cool SSD. It's slim and affordable with lots of storage that you can use. If you do find it for a cheap price, like I said in the video, I think you should definitely pick one up. Now, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. If you like what you saw, please leave a like down below and subscribe to see more content just like this. Thanks for watching.